What's up, guys? We're back here in Atlas Empires. So day one, and this is my main account. We are going to talk about some higher level rating. So this is for an accounts that have access to the dragon. The dragon unlocks once you get Great Hall level 6. So you need to have a base that is somewhat built up. It is quite easy to rush the Great Hall, and in this game you want to rush the Great Hall as much as possible because that unlocks more building slots with your barracks. You can drop down an extra barracks, so you have 2 barracks. You can also upgrade the barracks. You can see we're at level 5 on the barracks here, level 5 here. That will get you more troop capacity, and you just want to keep pushing the Great Hall upgraded, so unlock more troops. At level 6 you have access to every single troop, but you still need to find them in the card dealer. So you still need to go to the card dealers, the witches, and collect those cards, purchase those cards, and you need to get lucky and pull the dragon unit. You will get the dragon, slowly but surely. It's going to take some time, but you do need to be at Great Hall level 6 to do this. If you are not this high yet, look at the archer video on how to farm. That is just all you need. You just simply need archers. You can also use Tempest for that strategy as well, but Tempest unlocks at Great Hall level 6 or level 5. So archers are available at level 1. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did in the other video. We're going to be looking for easy bases that we can attack. You can see our army is very small. Our army is only like 4 different troops. We have 2 dragons, 2 Tempest, a couple archers, and a couple goblins, just because I like the goblin to go steal some loot before we retreat away. So the most important thing is you're attacking the Great Hall. You're trying to just kill this because I want trophies. I want to push up in trophies, and also the Great Hall will hold most of the gold. So this Great Hall right here will have probably around 2,000 gold. It's going to have a good amount of the stone, and it's also going to have a good amount of the lumber. So by killing the Great Hall, not only do you win the battle, but you also get a good amount of the loot. And why dragons are so powerful is that they're only really weak to anti-air. Dragon has an insane amount of HP. They have about 1,400 HP at level 1, and they cost 14 building troops, which is, it means essentially that they have 100 HP for every troop slot. That's a lot. That's a lot more than even the Axemen or the Blobs, the Glucks. So what we did here is we took out the defensive structures there, and now we're just going to focus down on the Great Hall. And once that is done, we are piecing out. We're leaving, running away, because we don't want that mortar to blow up our archers. If there wasn't a mortar there, we would have attacked a little bit more and got some of that lumber. But it's okay. We took no damage whatsoever, so we can just jump right back into the next fight. A lot of bases don't even build the anti-air, for one, or they put the anti-air in a very terrible spot and leave their Great Hall available. So that base, too difficult, not worth it. We're just skipping on. Again, a good anti-air spot right in the middle there, we're not doing that. We also have a freeze spell here just in case we find a really juicy base that has a lot of loot and that we might need freeze spells. Because you could simply freeze the anti-air units and have the dragon or the Tempest kill the anti-air. Alright, so this one is a Dragon Slayer. So look, we're going to just kill it. We're going to drop our dragons in the bottom here, and there's no anti-air. We need to get the dragon to kill this first arrow tower, and then the next mortar, and then we'll be able to kill off the Great Hall. We don't need to even drop down any Tempest or archers. We might be able to drop... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're scouting out the area here, planning the attack. And we're going to probably drop down a couple of archers down here to see if they'll start attacking the walls. Because I want them to be on the battlefield. So we're going to go ahead and drop these. And nope, they are running away to a bad spot. So we're going to drop down that. So those guys are essentially going to get killed by the mortar. So a wasted unit because the AI was not smart and they didn't do what I wanted them to do. We're going to go ahead and drop the Tempest down now, since the tower has the aggro of the dragon has the aggro of that tower. We're going to go ahead and drop those down. And we're hoping that these archers or the Tempest actually hit that arrow tower there. Because our dragon was about 50% HP. You can see one of the dragons has taken about 10% damage. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and drop down the goblins and just try to raid as much as possible. Oh, there's a thingy. We're going to run away. Alright, so we lost a couple archers because the mortar just blew us up. And we lost a goblin. Yep. But we got a decent amount of loot. We didn't lose much. That's only about, 100 gold to refresh, to buy again. We tried to get out of there just in time, but unfortunately, no. The big thing is, though, you don't want to lose your dragons, because the dragons take 30 minutes, and they do cost a few hundred gold. The Tempest also takes about 5 minutes, or actually 5 minutes to build, so they're just stronger archers that just take a longer time to actually build and create. So here's a base that doesn't even have an anti-air. Is it worth it to attack? I think so. So, there's 2 mortars. One mortar is kind of just chilling by himself over here. Once we drop down the dragons, the dragon will be able to kill the mortar without taking any damage, because the dragon is a ranged troop. The mortar can't fire on the dragon because it flies. At that point, we need to hope that the dragon goes the right path. So this is a little risky base to attack, because if the dragon goes like funky directions, which he definitely can, we're not going to get the victory. We need the dragon to kill the Great Hall. So we're going to hold off on dropping any melee troops. Once that goes down, we're going to go ahead and drop some melee troops. And we're going to drop them in the top right. So once we get aggro from these towers... Yep. Oh man, well they put troops up there. That's not good. Alright, we're going to drop down archers. We're going to drop down those guys. And at this point, all we have left is we have freeze spells. So we select the freeze spell, get those guys ready. Because you see our dragon is about 50% HP. So we definitely don't want to lose dragon. Thankfully, there's nothing left in the base that will actually hurt the dragon right now. So we're able to clear this off, get all that loot. And once again, we only lost a few archers. We're going to retreat. And actually, we only lost 6 goblins, so no big deal. Like, you don't even need the goblins, honestly. Goblins might not even be something that you want to have. So upgrade. So, talked about this in other videos. You generally want to upgrade your barracks as soon as possible. We don't have enough resources yet to upgrade the barracks. So let's just go and farm some more resources. Oh wow, we need 25,000. We need a lot. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Let's go and upgrade this. And you'll notice that as you start to level up, everything starts to take crystal hammers. These are very rare resources out from the world, so you always want to be looking for the crystal hammers in the world map. Some more archers. And off we go. But you see, the core of this strategy is dragon. 2 dragon, 2 tempest. Just clearing out bases, taking out the great halls. And sniping off loot. This one has 31,000. It's a lot of loot, but these are strong, strong arrow towers. Those are probably like level 6 or 7. Alright, anti-air there. Anti-air there. We could potentially drop the dragons up in the top. And might be able to avoid the anti-air. We could also... we could go this way, but then it's going to come up. So this is a potential base that we could fight. I think you just go for an easier base though. Like there's no necessary reason to go off of this. We could fight it and not worry about the trophies and not worry about if we're gonna die. So let's just go do that. We're gonna go steal the loot. We're gonna go drop down a archer over here. And archer over here again. And archer over there. And tempests. So the archers were just distractions. We needed to kill that. We might need a freeze. Alright, so we're going to have to head out of here pretty quick. Our tempests are almost dead. So let's go ahead and drop. I'm going to drop archers in the top right. Once the dragon gets the aggro. Okay, dragon got aggro. Archers down. Goblins coming in. We have free spell ready. We drop freeze on the bottom left there just in case the arrow tower goes on the tempests. And we are out of here. So we had to use a free spell there, which is not terrible. I mean, we probably could have avoided that. We didn't necessarily have to use the free spell, but it was better to keep the Tempest alive, just in case. Those. Let's see, too strong. Next base. Alright, so this one is pretty easy, it looks like. The dragon shouldn't have much problem blowing this up. But it's not really worth it. 3,000 gold, and if something goes wrong, you don't really... Yeah. Most likely that wouldn't be a problem. The dragon should shred, but you don't necessarily know if the AI is going to cooperate with you. 2 big anti-airs, can't do that. And so as we are doing this, we are slowly but surely gaining more troops. Very well protected. You can see our goblins are starting to appear in our troop selection now. And again, you don't need the goblins to do this. Anti-air there. So this one is a little bit safer. We can drop the dragon on the bottom, on the right, the left right here. And it's got to hit this target. And then the next target it's going to hit is this one most likely, or this one. And then after that, it's going to hit either of these 3. And you don't really mind if it hits anything of those 3. Like, it's a pretty good situation. So we're going to drop the dragons. Should be out of range of the arrow tower there. Get our Tempest ready. Tempest is ready. Drop those guys down. So the reason we went after this one, because there's very little risk whatsoever. Like, the AI cannot mess up on this. Like, it's almost impossible for the AI to mess up that attack. And we lost absolutely no troops. So just picking up that quick and easy gold. This one looks like to be a winner also. Oh, lots of gold. 12,000 here. Okay. And then we're going to drop down the Tempests. So here we didn't need to drop down the Tempest, and we actually triggered the sentries. But the dragons do splash damage. So they're going to just kill the sentries. Over here, we can actually target the lumber. We can grab some more of that. And now we're going to head out, because the anti-air is starting to attack the dragons, so we don't want to lose any of the dragons. We're just going to bounce. And we collected 8,000 gold and a bunch of other loot. So at this point, now we can upgrade. Oh, we have all our workers are working. So at this point, we are pretty much done fighting. We're chilling. We've filled up our resources for the most part. We can do another battle, but we're getting very close to being capped on resources. And it didn't take that long, and we lost literally no troops besides a couple archers and goblins in those battles. We also gained trophies. If we didn't care about trophies, you definitely can do this more. You can snipe off the storage containers. So like here, if you wanted lumber, there's 23,000 lumber, and you can see this has a decent amount of lumber in it. So if we wanted to, we would just drop dragons right there, attack the lumber, and then peace out. There's also lumber over there. So going after the resources is very, very important and pretty much what you should be doing. I'm personally trying to get trophies as well, so I'm trying to kill the Great Halls. But you can easily snipe off resources by finding structures that have resources that aren't well protected and don't caring about trophies. Trophies literally don't do anything but bragging rights. So we can kill this base, but I'm just wondering if it's worth it, because these are stronger arrow towers. Yeah, let's go ahead. I think we should be fine. Uh-oh. AI is being freaky. And see, yeah, see, look how strong these arrow towers are. They almost killed one of the dragons. We need to be really, really careful on the dragon now. And that Tempest is also walking crazy, like it's just going off on its own. You see, you don't always know what the AI is going to do. And at that point, if the dragon was going to die, we were just going to retreat. We were not going to lose that dragon, no matter what. We would have taken the trophy loss and just got out of there if that dragon was pretty much any more damage than he was. Because to recreate the dragon, it's 30 minutes to train him. That's the killer. 30-minute train time is a long time. So here, we get snipe off buildings, and we can get resources. There's 26,000 gold here. So a lot of it is going to be in these gold storage containers. And you can see they're not very well protected. You could drop down some archers or some Tempest, and you could steal a good amount of loot. There's also the lumber right there that you can steal. Like, this base is not defending its loot. It's only defending his Great Hall. He's like, I'm not going to lose my Great Hall. But you could steal the basic resources. You might even be able to 50% this guy and get a victory if you kill enough of the outer structures. Alright, 2 anti-airs, too strong. 2 anti-airs. It's like the same base, 2 anti-airs. So here's a base. They have an anti-air here and an anti-air up there, but this anti-air is just kind of out in the open. It's got a mortar protecting it and an arrow tower. Yeah, it's a little bit too protected. Just a little bit. Anti-air. And so this is very interesting. So bases like this really screw with the AI. Like the AI will walk around in all kinds of crazy different locations. Like these kind of bases are actually pretty effective. It's very hard to plan. You also can't drop your troops anywhere really close by. You have to drop them out here, and then you have to pray that they go the direction that you want them to go. So I really like this style of a base. Unfortunately, he has no land defenses down here. So we're going to drop our Tempests. And we're going to just fire with Tempest down here. Just going to drop an Archer over there. Drop an Archer over there. Once that anti-air goes down, then we can drop down the dragons. So if he had a defensive structure in the top, this base would have been a lot better. Two anti-airs, but can we get... Yeah, so there's nothing protecting this anti-air over here. So we're going to go ahead and drop down Tempests. Tempest is going to clear most of that. We're going to go drop down Archer. We want to be careful not to trigger the sentries. We got the anti-air. Good. Targeted. Boom. Here comes the dragons. Gotta keep an eye. See, the Tempest is walking down to no man's land. We don't want them down there. Probably going to get ready with some archers. So drop some archers here just to divert some attention. Great Hall down. We're out of here. And we are definitely full on resources now, so we are going to stop here. Hopefully you learned some tips on how to loot and raid. If you have any other strategies you want to, provide, post them down in the comment section. I will show off some different tactics later on as well. Check out some of the other videos for different troops and strategies. Thanks for watching, guys.